Good morning. It's Claudia, and welcome to or back to For the Love of Four. So, I wanted to make my vision board, and I decided I would go ahead and share it live. Whoever watches, watches. Whoever wants to catch it later on can. So, here are the magazines I'm using to make my vision board for one little word um, February prompt. And I have my cell phone on an arm connected to my bookshelf. So, the kids are home. It's live. You'll hear them and the wind and whatever else is going on. So, Your Serenity was the first magazine that really inspired me to do this. I really enjoyed the articles that were in here, and there was a lot of words that jumped out for me. Mindful, the self compassion really jumped out to me. Sunset, simply because I seen Ali Edwards use it, and it had one specific thing on the cover that I wanted to use, and then there was a few other things inside that really worked out for me. Breathe. And then I got this one because I thought it was a magazine all about food, but really it is a faith magazine and faith-based magazine. And I got some really cool things out of here. And there's still some articles I want to read. So if the video cuts off, I'm sorry about that. I don't know how long lives last, but I will be using this canvas. I got it from Hobby Lobby. It's the artist canvas, and it is a 22 by 28. I will be hanging it horizontal, but I will be working on it. Nope, I will be hanging it vertical, working on it horizontal. So just so it can fit in the frame. I went ahead and took 2 days to go through my magazines and pull out things that really spoke to my word rest. And I wanted to make it so that it wasn't just pictures that fit the word, but instead how I'm feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and get straight into it and start working. Sorry if some things out of frame. I am using Craft Bond from Elmer's. Probably going to be really smelly. I'm actually going to tilt it up so it doesn't get on my books. And I don't care if my I may Mod Podge it down after. I'm not sure. I'm not really going for the perfect look. I'm really just wanting it to share and represent. Ooh, that's a big smell. What I'm feeling about rest right now. I'm glad I decided to do this in my room so my kids didn't have to smell this. Kind of going to lay down the foundational pieces, the background of it. I semi have an idea when I was cutting it. I started throwing them on because I didn't want to overcut. I didn't want to have a lot left. I'm okay with the white space, but I don't want a ton of white space. For me, rest is really representing the ability to make room on my plate, to say no, to make time, and to enjoy, which I've noticed recently I am filling my plate much more than I need to. It's kind of like my life is giving me a salad plate and I'm trying to make it into a dinner plate. So that's something I need to work on. Now this one was an actual article page and I just cut it in half so I can lay it over. But let me just fix what I just tore up. The reason I'm not going crazy with adhesive is after the year, I really don't plan on keeping it. I know that some people keep theirs, but this is just one art medium I don't want to add to my already cluttered space. And so for me to do it, I had to make a decision outright and be okay with the fact that I wouldn't be keeping it. So I'll have a picture of it, and that's all I need. Are you doing a one little word? If so, what is your word? How are you doing with the prompt? I will be going back and reading the comments because my phone's too high to see them, so that I can go ahead and answer and converse with you. How do you plan on making your vision board if you haven't already made it? And if you have already, how did you do it? I'm always curious to see how somebody makes something from this form of crafting. Now this was a full sheet that was about this large, and I just cut it down. I knew it was going to kind of overlap, but I wasn't sure how much of it I wanted to. So that's good. It's sticky enough from all the extra spraying. Yep, sticky enough. I'm not really a spray adhesive fan. I'm not good at using it, but I found that this was the adhesive medium of choice for a lot of people who have made a vision board in such a manner. So I kind of just wanted to stick with what worked. You know, why fix something that's not broke? Something I found hard about this type of craft is that I wanted to make it like absolutely perfect, and I wanted it to be everything that was on my mind at once, and it just couldn't be. I'm just cutting this kind of like in a messy circle, kind of like I did this one. I have a couple of too many square shapes, so I'm really giving myself permission not to worry about it being perfect, or well, I never really worry about any of my crafts being perfect, but I really want to just enjoy this process. Originally, I wanted to put this one here, but I know that I want my word when it comes to go from here over this, and my word again is rest, so it will fit right over here. And so I think I'm going to have this here, but I think I'm going to kind of make a messy heart. We've had some rain and some wind come in. I know a lot of people are battling with the polar vortex and such. So it was a nice welcome to actually have some winterish weather here. We don't usually get that. So this is going to make me some white space, but I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and put breathe right here. Start bringing in some of my smaller pieces. I know that I wanted that to come across here. The secret gift of boredom. And I know I wanted creativity to kind of find its home. While it's bright and loud, I want it to be kind of underneath it all, kind of like, I don't want to stop my creativity, but I need to give it a little bit of a rest, like just enjoy the process, not look for something to always be done. And then I know I wanted this on there as a main piece. This is probably the messiest I've ever crafted, and I'm gonna try to love it and be okay with it. It's definitely something different for me. I was thinking of, instead of getting rid of it right after the year is done, leaving it up until I made the next one. I think for me, being able to do something with this medium is important to kind of relax on how perfect I'm trying to make it and just enjoy kind of like how it's telling a story, maybe. I find myself always erasing these live videos afterwards because I feel like a dork, but this one I'm going to leave up. I'm hoping that it will record all the way through. I would love for the whole process to kind of be on the video, but I don't know when it's going to shut down. So I don't want to put this here because I do know I want my word coming across here. So, oh, I know exactly where I want it. I'm hoping that when it dries, it will kind of not be so wet. Now, what I did was I cut out I don't know if you can see this far over. Yes, you can. I cut out a bunch of parts of articles and titles and things that kind of stood out to me. And I cut them apart to only be what I wanted to have. So like this one says, refresh, recharge, renew. And that's definitely what rest is for me. Another one was mind the moment. That one says, when we are mindful of our struggles and respond to ourselves with compassion, kindness, and support in times of difficulty, things start to change. And I think that's what I want rest to be for me, is just the ability to change. Not the situation, because I can't control everything, but change my mind frame about it and my thought process and allowing myself to grow. That's kind of where this one speaks to. If we had come here to simply slow down, this would be a good start. And I kind of want my rest to be where I slow down, mind my moment, and really breathe. I want to be able to fall back in love with like my space, my comfort space, my serenity. So like disconnecting digitally, while it's not really speaking towards rest, it's kind of talking to how I can disconnect to reconnect. And that was important to me to look at. It will be right next to my bed so I could see it every morning. Kind of crazy how I am making it so busy. This one talks about how nobody likes to make mistakes, but we can grow from them. And I really do want to be busy doing nothing. I want to savor my mindfulness. And this is the February prompt. Now, if I didn't already tell myself that I was going to make this absolutely free for all, I think by now I'd be going crazy because it seems like out of whack and messy, but I'm really just trying to let it be. So I'm wondering how much glue is getting over on my bookshelf. This was one of the first things I had seen, stress-free, and I really thought about, you know, stress-free is busy doing nothing. That's kind of what I need right now. A home retreat. There was something I wanted to put with that.